All right, everybody, welcome to the video for lesson number 2 in our geometry unit about area and volume. So in this lesson, we learned how to kind of combine multiple areas together, and we had to look at a couple different things on how to figure out the area of a model. So in this first example, it gives us these two wood pieces. First thing that I noticed in looking at the diagram is that this is in feet when it's actually everything else is in inches. So what I'm going to do here is change this to 24 inches. Now, if you keep reading, it also tells you that the rectangular piece overlaps the triangular piece by 4 inches. So when I look at the total area of this shape, so looking at the triangular piece that I have here, so I have this triangle that looks like this, there's going to be 4 inches of the rectangle underneath the arrow part, right? Ignore my bad drawing. So if you look at the rectangle actually is just going to be 6 inches by 20 inches. So when I start to find the total area here, we're going to go 6 by 20 for the rectangle. So the area of the rectangle is going to be 6 inches by 20 inches, which is 120 inches. The area of the triangle is equal to 1/2 of the base of 13 times the height of 16. So if I go through and do some quick math, let me just grab the calculator here. So if I do, let's see, 1/2 times 13 times 16, I get 104. So the area of the sign is equal to 224 inches squared. Remember, we don't really care about units, but I'll put it there just to be safe. Also, one of the things that I think you should look at is if you look at how I'm doing the problem, when I'm saying the area, I'm also specifying down here in subscript what I'm finding the area of. It just makes it easier. If you don't want to use subscript, you could just put it next to it or indicate it in some way so that whoever's reading your problem on the day of the Regents exam actually knows what you're trying to do. So let's see what number 2 holds for us. So number 2 gives us these two triangles. It has one set of congruent angles, angle A and angle E, and asks us how do we know that they're similar to each other? Well, other than angles A and E, I also have this angle here and this angle here, which I'm going to call angle 3 and angle 4. So I could say angle 3 and angle 4 are what we call vertical angles. So we could say angle 3 and angle 4 are vertical angles. I also know angle A is congruent to angle E. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle CDE by angle angle. It then says, what is the scale factor of the transformation that maps triangle ABC onto triangle CDE? So one of the things I see is there is one set of corresponding sides. One is 11 and the other one is 4. So I'm going from 11 to 4. So the ratio of sides is 11 to 4. Now that's if I go from the big triangle to the small triangle. Now let's think for a minute. If I want to start with the larger triangle and get to the smaller triangle, that might be my ratio, but the scale factor is what I would actually multiply to make the shape smaller. So the scale factor, which we normally use K for, is going to be 4/11. The next part says, what is the value of the ratio of the area of triangle ABC to the area of triangle CDE? Well, we know the ratio of the sides is 11 to 4. So the areas, sorry about all that. So the areas is going to be 11 squared, so 121, compares to 4 squared, which is 16. It then says if the area of triangle ABC is 30, what is the proximal area of triangle CDE? Well, since I know the ratio of the areas is 121 over 16, I can then say 30 over x, x representing the area of the smaller triangle. Notice I made the larger part of the ratio opposite the larger area and the smaller part of the ratio opposite what I think the smaller area is going to be. So if we cross multiply, I get 121x is equal to 480. If I then divide by 121, I get the area of 3.96 blah blah blah. It says approximate area, so I have 3.966 dot dot dot. So I could say the area of triangle CDE is approximately, squiggly equal sign for approximately, 4 centimeters squared. That's it. Hopefully you had a nice spring break and you were able to watch this video before you come back to school on Tuesday. This would definitely be a homework assignment I would check, so just spread that around to your buddies. All right, see you in a couple days and enjoy the last few days of break.